Ready? Okay. Namaste and welcome to the fifth episode of our Tea Talk. This is your host, Dr.Shilu, bringing you an amazing news today. Guess what? We have our very first guest. He's none other than the founder and owner of Pop Marketing, an email marketing agency, and who has already established his name in the email marketing and who has helped like numerous clients to reach there to the next level by the service that he has been providing. So today I would like to bring him onto the stage, onto our platform where we discuss about career and family issues. So let's welcome our young and energetic entrepreneur, Mr. Moon Kimiri, who is a civil engineer by profession, but who has chosen the path to build the business than buildings. Okay, welcome, Moon. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me on this platform. It's a really grateful experience to be putting my mind and vision and my voice out there for young aspiring entrepreneurs like me, as well as individuals like me who are looking to get into that field. So excited to
That's
be.
amazing. That's amazing. So first of all, let me ask you, tell us about like a little bit about email marketing for those who want to pursue their path in this area, and also tell us why you are starting or why you are doing what you are doing right now.
Of course. So I actually started my university career in 2013, summer of 2013, decided to pursue petroleum engineering and then switched to civil engineering because of the crisis that was happening with the oil and everything. So during that time, I pursued my university until 2018, and May of 2018 was when I graduated. I got into corporate America right after about 2 months of break between my graduation, and then kind of going back to like entrepreneurship. One of the things that got me enlightened was that from the very get-go, like during my high school and then also my university time, I think I already had the realization that I wanted to do something and build something of my own. And that mindset was there, but I didn't know what it took to actually create a business, right? All I wanted to do was basically build a business, but like basically not knowing what goes behind those things to actually build a business. So going from there, I had it in the back of my head, and then I went through my college years, got into corporate America, worked as a field engineer for a year and a half, and then as a design engineer for the other year and a half. And then 2020 came along, and my college friend who also studied in civil engineering, we used to be in the same classes for a lot of our classes, and he was actually getting into the online business realm where he was selling products online on his websites. His name is Tony.
Mhm.
He's my best friend. And I kind of reached out to him to ask him, hey, like, how are you making money online? Because remember what I said earlier about me always having that mindset to build something of my own and create my own income rather than working under someone else's paycheck. So I reached out to him, and then he explained, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm selling products online, but I ran and stumbled onto something called email marketing. So email, me not knowing what he was saying back then and him showing me all these stuff, he kind of showed me guidance on this course that he had that was related to email marketing and starting an online business. And then going through that, it was like a hour-long course just explaining what email marketing is and the software that you use, which is Klaviyo. And it just enlightened in my head. I was like, oh my goodness, people that are like 18, 19 years old are creating online businesses, marketing agencies, selling products online and making money online. It just enlightened me. And it gave me a path where I was like, if they can do it, why can't I? And I was like 24, 25 at the time. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this opportunity and really push myself to create something out of it. So I went through the course. And by the way, Tony always mentions this. He had And there's a message to this too. So he had tons of people reaching out to him, like asking him, hey, how are you doing this online, making money online? And then no one actually followed through and actually went through the course. Like he would give them access to the course, he'd give them access to the materials. No one actually gave their full effort to actually find out themselves. And I happened to be the one to actually go through the whole course and really find out what was happening at the end. So after that, I decided I'm going to create my own agency. First thing was acquiring clients, which is obviously our hardest part when you're starting out without any background or experience in the game. So what I did was I basically reached out to acquaintances and friends of friends, and I happened to stumble upon a client who wasn't doing too much in revenue, but I asked everybody, and I stumbled into one, and I practiced my trade, what I learned right away. And it's not learning's an aspect of it, but what I realized was like taking action is like 99% of what happens when you want to drive results. And I realized that from the very beginning, and I feel like that's the reason I've gotten this far. So that's kind of like the backstory of how it all started. But email marketing in basic terms is when you receive emails in your inbox from Walmart all the way to direct to consumer brands. Direct to consumer meaning brands that are fulfilling, creating the products, manufacturing, and selling it online all in one hat is called a direct to consumer. And a good example of direct to consumer would be um, like these skincare brands that are popping up. They only have online stores and warehouses, like Glossier is an example. Some big celebs have DTC brands such as Skims for Kim Kardashian. Fashion Nova also was a direct to consumer brand, basically selling everything online without having any brick and mortar stores. So those are the businesses that I was specifically, those type of businesses was what I was targeting, who are selling online, and basically help them market into the back end. So giving a brief overview of what email marketing is when you spend money online to advertise on social media such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, all these TikTok, all these websites. You're taking the money, like the owner, brand owner, or your marketing team is having a spending power to actually spend on marketing to acquire these leads, right? So when you, let's say, look at these brick and mortar stores where they have TV ads, a big like what do you call those, like big billboards where they advertise people to bring consumers into their stores. We're doing that in the digital realm, right? Where we're buying those customers' attention to bring them into the store. But what I'm doing is actually taking that customer on a journey by acquiring their contact information through phone number or email, and then taking them on a journey to build a community for each brand. So what that does is it gives them a lifetime value to keep making purchases, keep bringing them onto the brand, and then also creating better lifetime value of the overall customer instead of just worrying about that one-time purchase that they do. So that's basically a brief overview about email marketing and SMS
Oh,
marketing.
oh my God. It's so much information. Thank you for sharing.
No problem.
I thought I used to know about email marketing, but when you explained to me, it's so much information and so much valuable input. Thank you for sharing this.
Mhm.
When you're talking about these couple points that I was noting in my notebook because they're really very valuable for the young people like you, because you talked about just starting your career right from high school, from college, right? And
Mhm.
kudos to Tony, for introducing you to that program. And yes, that is the power of network, I would say, like friends, even
Mhm.
friends, like-minded friends, right?
Yep.
And you talked about a course, you talked about using the resources. And as you mentioned that it's not everybody's cup of tea, right? Even though there are ample of resources out there, not everyone takes the action. And I just, like in my notebook, I just made a circle over there saying that taking action that you said, and that is really powerful. That is really inspiring. And again, kudos to you too, because instead of like from your journey from petroleum engineer to civil engineer, now you are not only helping, I mean, not only building your business, but helping so many other people to build their business and accelerate that, right? So, and probably I think that it will kind of give you a sense of satisfaction by helping other people when you see the growth in their business, in the growth of their revenue, right?
Yep, definitely.
And this leads me to the second question. I mean, like people like young, energetic of your age, I see that they have so much like involvement in social life and whatnot, right? And you are newly married. Congratulations for that. So when you are wearing multiple hats like that and choosing the path of entrepreneurship, sometimes you may work like 4 hours being your own boss, and sometimes you may be working like 18 hours shift. I don't know, right? It's kind of like what I see as a researcher. So when you do all these things, how do you balance your professional life with your personal life? Would you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a really good question to ask, because I truly believe, like, I went through a process of like enlightenment when it comes to really finding balance in everything in life, because yeah, you got to give it your all in whatever you're aspiring to become or do, but there's also other factors in life. Everyone has a life, and everyone, has different things that they have to worry about. So creating that balance, a good example, a good friend of mine told me was, he went through a phase of mindset and spirituality where he forgot to even pay his bills, and that's not something we want, right? And that's a good
Right.
example of creating balance in your life, because you can't, when you go up in one thing, the other thing, if you don't look back at it, then that might be plummeting down. So you got to make sure that you create balance in everything, whether it's your health, going to the gym, eating healthy, making sure that you're putting in time and work and taking action in your business or work, and then also being there for the family, and equally putting that at a balance. And that's what life is about, just creating balance in everything. So being self-aware, and then making sure every component of your life is balanced. And that's
Yes.
that's a progress of life. That's just how it is,
Yes,
in
progress
my
of life,
opinion.
journey of life. Yeah,
Yep.
amazing. Yes, definitely. Other thing, I mean, what are some of your suggestions, some of your tips to the upcoming entrepreneurs who want to pursue path in either in email marketing or any other areas, if they are kind of like vulnerable to take a leap from their professional career, like you said, like petroleum engineering, from that to civil engineering to entrepreneurship, if they are scared to take the action, or if they want to start something but they don't have courage right now. So
Mhm.
what are some of your tips to them?
I think three main pointers from what I've learned so far is making sure that taking action, number one, right? Number two is consistency. And then number three is playing the long-term game, right? We live in a world where a video of 10 seconds means so much to us, and we're glued to the screen. So making sure that, knowing where your attention is going and making sure the value of time, being aware of that. When people around me, or family and friends, or your family and friends might say, hey, I might not have enough time, but when you actually look back throughout your day and write notes in your journal on each time spent on a certain things that you spend time on, you might realize there's a few opening that you might spend a lot of time entertaining yourself, or doing things that don't really, have an output or really matter on what you want to do, right? So unless, if you really want to do it, you got to create that. Again, that starts with taking action, making sure that you're actually seeing what's broken down throughout your day, and what actually values towards your goals that you want to, pursue. So I think that's one of the main things. And we live in the age of attention being one of the biggest currency with social media. So I think being aware of your valuable time being spent in social media, more focusing more on yourself, talking to your inner self on what you really want to do, writing down your goals, and focusing on them. And time by time, it's not something that can happen overnight. Again, leading
True.
to my third point of playing the long-term game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a muscle, right? You have to practice it and really break down the things that you're doing, and then making sure that you're pursuing towards what you want to do. And then as far as entrepreneurship goes, I think working in the corporate world, as a lot of the people in my age, I think there are a lot of them in my circle, at least. I don't find a lot of them pursuing this path in entrepreneurship, because one of the things that really, it might be controversial, but I think comfort is one of the biggest term when it comes
Yeah.
to you know when it comes to actually working in the work life that the corporate America basically. And there's no wrong in that. I feel like that's a good start for everyone, to create routine, to realize how systems, processes work, how you get paid, what it takes to get paid. All that stuff is very necessary. And even when, like I said, creating time, like making sure, even if you are working your day job, like taking action on the other half of your time. Like, let's say if you work 9 to 5, then there's still 5 to 10, right? So being aware of where you're spending your time, and really making sure what you want to do in life. And if you want to, if it might be money that you're following, if that creates freedom for you, then I would look at something that, there's monetary exchange there, and follow that business. I'm not a huge fan of passion. So I like saying, like, whatever creates freedom, I think you should pursue that, and then build your individual self. So that's all I have to say for that question. Sorry, I just kept
Wonderful. No,
rambling.
no, no. You are doing good. And the matter is, I mean, you are giving me so much work that I'm actually making points, because in upcoming days when we'll be doing further other session, I would like to address to them, because some of the things that I have noted down, hearing your conversation, is taking charge of life and taking action, right? And again, like being like be aware of your goal, what do you want in life, because everyone has the different interests, different paradigm, and where you want to go, that's totally up to you. So time management, you talked about that, and that's really a big thing, and yeah, I really applaud to that. So having said this, we are going to the end of the session right now. Tell me, how can people reach out to you if they have like a business, they want your help to grow, or if they want some of the ideas from the podcast that you are sharing, from your conversation you are sharing. So either way, if they want to reach out to you, how can they reach out to you? Any
Yeah, so actually, I started putting out content on TikTok to promote the importance of email marketing, because I want to be where my customers and clients are, which is TikTok brand owners, right? So the username is the Moonbase. My email is moon at pop emails with the S, so that's POPEMAILS.net. And then our website is popmarketing.agency, which is in reconstruction because it's kind of outdated, but you can get all our information there. And there's also a booking link under the website if you want to get a hold of me.
That's wonderful. And like we'd be providing a link and the information in this podcast as well. So people who want to reach out to you, I mean, I can even,
Definitely.
yeah, put that out there as well. So finally, I mean, I have shared a little bit about our Sathi Academy, where we are planning to build a community of the like-minded people, where people like you and me, like so many other people who want to pursue their path in entrepreneurship, they can come together and share ideas with each other, but at the same time, be the mentor for those who do not have. So, having said this, would you be seeing yourself, or would you be interested to join this mentorship club, Sathi Academy? And second question is, would you like to share if you have any small or big, whatever experience taking the help from the mentor when you're in the starting path of your entrepreneurship career? So mentorship. Uh,
Definitely. I think like an example I would say is one when there's one mind in works, but there's multiple mind in works, the magnitude of work being done, or the progress is done through the magnitude, right? So when you work together, think of an ocean wave. When you drop one rock, it's just a droplet of water, but when you drop multiple rocks, it's a wave or a hurricane, right? So thinking of it that way, um, groups, and even like my mutual friends who are agency owners, when we get on calls, it's just like such a big enlightenment because they find things which I haven't found. I found things that they haven't found, and it's just a collaborative room that we create, and just a room that all of us support each other, and that's needed, right? Because you are who you hang out with. So creating that mindset among these individuals in my friend circle within the agency world it has been really beneficial, and I could see that for this Sati program as well, because bringing on these entrepreneurial mindset together and you being part of it will only create you to, like, get a shortcut and understand, like, hey, I can do this, I can't do that, and really get insights from people who have already been a part of the game.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's really wonderful to know that you also, I mean, acknowledge the role of mentorship, and that is what we as Sathi are planning to build a community together. Okay, having said this, we are almost at the end of the season today, and I thank you so much for your time and sharing the valuable insight and also experience that sure would be very inspiring to budding entrepreneurs who wanted to pursue their path in this field. Again, thank you so very much for being here and joining Sathi today.
No problem.
Wish you all
Thanks
the
for
best.
having me.
Yeah.
Bye.